Hello, Washington Township community. I am your proud superintendent of schools, Dr. Woodson. We are in Mr. Perkins, our Teacher of the Year's classroom, and we'll get to interview him in just a minute. I do want to thank everyone for the holiday break we just experienced with Thanksgiving, and I hope everyone enjoyed the week-long break. And in just a few weeks, we have coming up our winter break. In the meantime, we've had a wonderful award given to Mr. Auslander, a teacher at Allisonville Elementary. He received the Jacobs Award from the IU School of Education, and it's a huge honor for him. We also want to tell you that we have hosted the International Baccalaureate Authorization Site Visit Team to all of our secondary schools for the authorization for our MYP, or Middle Years Program, for IB. As you know, all of our elementary schools were authorized last year for our PYP, or Primary Years Programming, and we look forward to news from IB regarding all of our secondary schools. I'm excited to be here in Panther Territory today to interview not only our Teacher of the Year, but the Indiana State Teacher of the Year, Mr. Perkins. Mr. Perkins, thanks so much for allowing us back into your classroom. I know I've been in here several times to surprise you. The community has had a chance to see those surprises on our website, all of them from the time that we announced you in May as the District Teacher of the Year to the state announcement just last month. So since that announcement, give us a summary of what's happened.
My goodness, how do you describe a whirlwind? I mean, it's kind of like with Maria. How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand, It has been crazy. There's been obviously lots of interviews. I was able to do an interview. It's going to go out over headline news on CNN a couple weeks ago. I've had to attend conferences and give little talks here and there. And so it's been neat. It's been exciting. And boy, it's been busy.
And in the midst of all of the celebrations, if you will, you have had to put together a portfolio for the national competition for Teacher of the Year, where you will represent the entire state of Indiana. Tell us about that.
Well, I had a wonderful team to work with, members of the State Teacher of the Year Committee, Suzanne Whitten, who's the 2013 Teacher of the Year, and our very own Judy Frapps, representing our township, and those two were phenomenal, working with me as we went through what the requirements were for the national application. We even tapped into one of our own, who is now in Virginia, Ed Coleman, used to be our English department chair, and he was our proofreader. Absolutely, that's exactly right. No better proofreader, and so it was really a wonderfully collaborative process.
Great.
And we finally got that mailed off, and now we just wait.
And now we wait, but you also have some really big events coming up, one of which I bragged on when we were at the City County Council meeting recently, where you were honored. The mayor declared November 11th Mr. Steve Perkins Day. Who gets their own day, really? It was very exciting. But I bragged to the City Council that you get a visit to the White House. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm going to find out more details as we get closer. I know that's going to be in April, and I think it's about a week. We go to the White House. We get to meet the president. We get to go to the Oval Office, and there's going to be some nice opportunities to meet other, I think, legislators and people involved, the Federal Department of Education, and some people like that. So looking forward to it.
Well, absolutely, very exciting. We know you will represent the district well. We are very excited about you in the national competition. But I also understand that this next year, certainly the celebrations that will come in your competition at the national level, but you will also be helping other educators.
Well, and I had the opportunity to do that this week at the CEL conference, which was here hosted by the University of Indianapolis. So it was an opportunity to meet with other educators, legislators who are involved with education, administrators, and have a chance to start to get to know some of them and start those working relationships. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
That's fantastic. Now, my favorite picture of all the celebrations was the moment that Superintendent Ritz stepped into your classroom. She had your two children on each side of her, and that picture in the front page of the paper of you hugging your daughter and your son by your side. My favorite picture of the entire series of celebrations. But tell me a little bit about what your children are saying at this point.
They're excited, of course. They're the type who are a little bit shy when you get around a whole bunch of people. And that day, certainly when they came in, I was overwhelmed. Sure. And to be honest, when I saw my daughter, she was the first one I saw. I was excited, but it made me feel good. And I reached out for her, not as much for her comfort as for my own. I was like, I need somebody familiar here, and nobody better than Olivia. And then I saw Austin. And so, yeah, they're just excited about it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, you are very active already with allowing people to be a part of this journey with you on social media. Why don't you tell the community a little bit about those avenues so that they can follow the journey as well?
Absolutely. I created a couple of opportunities. One is a blog, and it's a very simple address, intoy2014, INTOY 2014.blogspot.com. And that's a blog where I basically am talking about educational issues, writing pieces, usually 2 or 3 times a week. And I've been fortunate that IU School of Ed retweets a lot of those and is sending those out to a wider audience as well.
You are an alumni?
Absolutely. Proud Hoosier alum there. And then I've also got my Twitter account, which is simply @intoy2014. So it's a way to keep up with some things that are going on in education and also those things that are going on particularly with this competition. And opportunities for me to give some shout outs too. Herf Jones was so nice and graciously provided me with business cards and stationery for all of this. And so as soon as I got those, they looked wonderful and just really, really great. I immediately put that out on our Facebook and Twitter and so forth because I wanted to show them some love and some support for that as well.
Outstanding. Well, Mr. Perkins, we continue to be so proud of you, of all that you've done and all that you will continue to do, representing now not just Washington Township, but the state of Indiana at the national competition. We'd like to conclude this month with a special little salute from his own students and Mr. Perkins in a very special armor.